All right, guys, it's time. The Vortex Gen 3 Razor. I'm here. I'm joined by Nathan and by Zach. This optic, which is Nathan's. Nathan's here as our resident lifer Vortex guy. And we'll find out Zach is our resident tangent snob. Nathan's been a Razor guy since Gen 1. I mean, when did you pick this guy up?
2012, somewhere around there. I've had it forever.
And then we just found out, I thought they released the Gen 2 in like 2016. It was 2014, SHOT Show of 2014. So they released this thing 7 years ago. And I think for probably 2 or 3 years, people have been talking about, well, where's the Gen 3? You know, everybody's been itching for it.
Yeah, it's been time for that to come.
What are your expectations for the 3?
I would love to see the Gen 3 be as big of a jump from, 1 to 2 was a big jump. If that's anything like that, that'd be awesome.
Well, let's get some of this stuff off the table. And Nathan, ceremonial unboxing. This is fascinating.
As connoisseurs of foam, we enjoy.
There's a reticle manual.
We've got
That's fascinating.
batteries, switch view. Sorry if that's trademarked. Lens cloth, 0 tool, 2 0 tools in case you lose one. That's good. And the optic turrets are a little taller.
They're
Definitely.
fatter.
They look very tangent-like.
Ooh, good clicks.
Yeah.
Good clicks.
It's like click ASMR. It's locking?
Yep, locking, good clicks.
I've been torn on locking before. Like I'm never gonna lock my elevation turret. Windage, totally get it.
Let's see what the reticle looks like in person.
Everybody knows that's the best way to judge an optic is to hold it up in a 20-foot.
Do you like the reticle?
I wonder what these guys are.
On the side there, so that is their revolution counter. So once you go past one revolution,
Run it up to
it
11.
pops out.
Ooh, that one pops up. Oh yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. I have one that pops off the top turret of my Kahles. They do feel really good. Side turret seems very, very similar.
Yeah, that parallax illumination and parallax.
It really seems like the substantive change is, it's 10 mil revolution. They changed this top texture just a little bit, and that's on the outers too. But the elevation turret is, from an appearance standpoint, quite similar.
That scope
the
bell geometry.
windage.
You can tell they.
But yeah, because they get up to 36 power here. It's still a brick, so if your rifle goes down the field, you can beat somebody to death with it. But it's all there. They retained illumination.
Probably doesn't have a battery.
You've had it in your hand. First impressions, is it what you expected? Is it more? Is it less? What overperformed? What underperformed?
Good clicks. I like the clicks. Turrets feel good. The height, they're a little taller, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it'll affect anything, but it is definitely taller.
These are the first impressions. We're going to let everybody fight and bicker about this in the comments. We're going to have everybody that says, you're on the opposite side of saying my tangent is better, but you'll have my whatever off-brand is just as good.
Yeah.
It's probably not. And then you'll have your Vortex loyalists that
Jumping in line.
yeah, they're like Georgia football fans that haven't won a national championship in 41 years, so they're jumping up and down because it's finally time. We got the Gen 3. All right, we unbox it. We're gonna mount it. We're gonna shoot it.
So we're out on the range here. We just finished zeroing our Gen 3s. The first thing I noticed right off the rip was the forgiveness on the parallax adjustment. Even on 36 power, I could run clean from 300 yards to 750 yards without touching the parallax. I'm gonna find myself running really high magnification this year. 36 was easily doable from any position that we had out on our range. Zeroing was very simple with how they have the system set up with the one set screw and then the turning. I was zeroed within 3 shots at most. So I was pretty impressed with it so far.
So we zeroed, shot at distance out here on the range. Glass quality, we did some comparisons earlier and we did them here with ZCO, Tangent, Gen 2s, Gen 3s. I think it's arguably competing for best glass on the market. It beats a lot of pretty high dollar optics, and it competes with stuff like Tangent. So I'm impressed with glass quality, parallax, forgiving, eye box, forgiving. I think I shot everything I did today at 30 power, so that's going to get me in trouble later.
All right, guys. So we got the optics on the rifles. We went outside with them. We had a little bit of a test protocol. Now, we had 5 optics that we were working with. It was the Gen 3 Razor, the Gen 2 Razor for comparison, the Tangent, their 525 model, whatever they call it, a new Kahles 525 DLR, and a March High Master in a, did I say Zico?
No.
Okay, so 6 optics. We had the Zico out there as well. Be aware if you're watching at home and you don't have optics like this, we're comparing 6 of what are non-controversially the top 10 optics you can buy. This is comparing Ferraris to Lambos to Porsches. There's no buddies beat up Honda Civic in this test. So any of the differences we're calling out, they're very minor. Many people would not see. If you only had one of these on a tripod, they're fabulous. They're great optics. There are no bad choices here. So everything we're going to talk about is kind of personal preference and what we thought. So the most excited person in the room right now, that's Nathan. He's 10 years into being a Vortex Razor owner. Gen 1, Gen 2, now Gen 3, go.
The glass improvement from 2 to 3 is big. That was impressive immediately. We looked in low light, and it competed with everything we had out there or beat it.
We were out at like 7 a.m. We had high contrast and lower contrast targets at 750 yards. So at 7 a.m., kind of foggy, not a lot of light. We then went back out midday, still kind of overcast, so medium light. These were 2 times where glass quality could actually be seen different.
Yeah, quality of life improvements. The zero stops are good. It is more simple than the 2. I really do dig the reticle. The reticle was a good, seemingly small, but it made a big effect with what they did. The glass quality, I'm blown away by how good the glass was.
You spent a lot of time shooting the March over the last year, and one of the things they preach about is just how huge the field of view is. That's something that we're going to go back and do a more technical test with paper and measure some of these things. But this was a meaningful field of view improvement as well.
Field of view was very comparable, as good as anything out there, even the March. And parallax was much more forgiving, which I liked. We could run from 3 to 1,000, or we have 750 here, so 3 to 750 and not touch parallax, which was nice.
Tangent snob, still wearing your Deadbird vest. Give me your thoughts.
So I, like Nathan, was blown away by the glass quality. It exceeded every expectation I had of it going into it. Coming from Gen 2s, AMGs, I knew it was going to be better, but I was thoroughly shocked how good it was.
It's not better than your Tangent.
I won't go out on a limb and say that.
Was it worse?
It was very, very close.
Okay.
I think, in my personal opinion, you are getting a great quality scope for $3,000. And the glass quality, some would argue, is right there with it.
What are you getting for $1,000 a difference?
Fit and finish. Okay. So turrets on these have a better tactile feel.
They're wild. I've never turned a turret like those. They're unbelievable.
They're unbelievable. The zero stop system is toolless. It's stupid simple. I could adjust my zero here one-handed if I wanted to. So fit and finish is what you're getting for out of a Tangent, in my opinion.
Is the Tangent going to be on Sniper's Eye Forum tonight or something?
Heck no.
Okay. So if the Tangent wasn't on the market, if Premier went out of business, Tangents never happened.
Yeah.
Are you buying a Razor?
I'm buying a Razor over everything else.
One of the things I liked about this test is all the optics, they were paid for. Now, we're in the industry. We get some deals on some things here and there, but money out of paychecks went into buying these. This isn't somebody just sends us all of these things. So what this really was for most of the people that were involved in the test, because Nathan and Zach, we all went out and looked at things, but there were half a dozen other people here in the shop that are shooting actively and want to know, is this the thing to buy? Is this where the money needs to go? Or is it the new loophole that's so exciting? That's one we didn't have in the test. I think it would have performed nicely, but considering where they're kind of positioning it in the market, I don't think it would have substantively changed what we thought about the Razor. So guys, I know we're going to do more on this. I don't think this is going to come off your gun. They might have to fight you for it. It's going to stay here. I'm excited to see more of these around. And, you know, this is kind of a weird thing to do, but we want to thank companies like Vortex and Tangent and Kahles and March, the companies that know that the differences in these optics from one generation and another to an untrained eye can be really small. But Vortex just won a contract for a gazillion optics to Big Army, and they continue to push on things like this. So all these companies that continue to push, we thank them because it makes the sport better and it allows all of it to grow. Any parting shots, final thoughts?
No. It's a $3,000 Tangent, just not as pretty.
You heard it, guys. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments below. Until next time.